My name is Amy. Standing outside the ballroom, sipping a $2 coffee in the cold night air, I reflect on what just happened. I'm disowned, unemployed, and facing court, but for the first time, I feel free. It all started at my father's so-called retirement party. My father, Henry, a ruthless and power-hungry man who built a multi-million-dollar tech company, stood on the stage at the luxurious grand ballroom. With a smug look on his face, he grabbed the microphone and said to the 300 shareholders present, "You, Amy, are my biggest failure." My younger brother, Leo, who had always been the apple of my father's eye, smirked like a peacock. My mother, Vera, a shallow woman who only cared about appearances, sat there pretending to be sad. The crowd laughed as the security guards approached me. I didn't show any emotion. I just checked my watch. It was 8:02, right on schedule. I walked towards the microphone. The guards hesitated, looking at Henry for confirmation. He waved his hand dismissively, expecting me to break down. But I took the mic and said, "Thank you, Dad. By firing me publicly, you've just given me protection under the Whistleblower Act." Then, I took out a red envelope from my pocket. Inside was a transfer of control agreement. I projected it on the big screen. As of 8 o'clock, Henry has transferred 100% of his assets, the CEO title, and all legal liabilities of the company to Leo, I announced. The room erupted in applause, thinking it was a concession. But Henry's face turned pale. He knew I wasn't giving a gift. I was delivering a verdict. He started shouting that the document was fake and called in his private security. They rushed the stage. One of them grabbed my arm painfully, another slapped the microphone out of my hand. Henry locked the doors and declared me mentally unstable, trying to have me arrested. My mother, instead of standing up for me, walked straight past me to Leo, cooing over him like he was a little child. At that moment, I realized I had been the glass child, in this family, always there to clean up their messes, but never truly seen. I remembered all the times I had bailed them out. When Leo crashed his Lamborghini after a wild party, Henry called me instead of the police. I was in the middle of preparing for a big business presentation, but I still took care of everything. Henry never thanked me, just worried about the press. I also recalled the time when the company faced a major regulatory audit. Henry was in a panic and used me to restructure the company's accounts to avoid scrutiny. He thought I was loyal out of love, but I was just waiting for the right moment. I shouted over the chaos, asking Leo if he had read the indemnity clause. I told the crowd that the company was drowning in debt, not sitting on a fortune. The stock was going to zero. Leo looked at Henry in horror, asking if it was true. Henry, in a fit of rage, struck me across the face. That was his second fatal mistake. He thought violence would silence me, but it only confirmed my words. Then he pulled out an old medical power of attorney that I had signed when I was 19, pressured by his talk of family loyalty and my future in the business. He declared a psychological crisis and tried to have me committed. But just then, sirens wailed. A fleet of police cars arrived. Henry thought they were his saviors, but the officers ignored me and arrested Leo for securities fraud, embezzlement, and falsifying federal filings. The FBI had been recording Henry for months, including his plan to frame Leo. As they dragged Henry away, the ballroom fell silent. I dropped the microphone and walked out, leaving behind the toxic family and the company that had been a prison for so long.